All right, how's everybody doing? This is Cheech from the Cheech and Manny show, and today is a music show, and it is breaking news. Our favorite band in the world, Rush, is going to do a reunion, and we're going to talk about how we feel about it. And here's my co-host Manner, Mr. Manny, Mr. O, Mo goes by many names.
I
How
know.
you doing, brother?
Dude, what is good, brother? I'm so excited because this news, I mean, it came out I think a couple of days ago, but it's like
Yeah.
hot off the press. And we can't wait to talk. I can and you can't wait to talk about it today. It's insane because we started this podcast because of this one band.
Yep.
So I was super excited. I'm definitely gonna be buying tickets, at least maybe a couple. Hopefully they don't go up in price because you know how
Well, right now, Rush is such a cool band. They're like government mule. They don't let their ticket prices go sky high.
yeah,
I heard $150, and
that's
I
all.
also read $25, which is probably a mistake. But no, this is amazing. This is some like for us. We've covered every album up into Test for Echo, every song. We've broke down every single song from the first album from Test for Echo. We are diehard Rush fans. This is groundbreaking news for us.
Yeah.
We're excited. I'm excited. We're going to
No, and
talk
I, no, I
about.
think we jumped ahead. And I don't Cheech, if you want to do the honors. What is the groundbreaking news? What's the
Oh,
This
oh,
should have, dude.
I,
This should have, you know how people turn on CNN and they're
yeah,
watching the political stuff of the world and global. No, they should have stopped, stream this news, and so
yeah.
everyone in the world knows. Go ahead, Cheech. What's the news?
Well, Rush will be doing a tour. It was a 7 date tour, and today I read it went up to 12 dates.
Hmm.
For the first time since 2015, since the passing of Neil.
It's about 10 years.
Yeah, a little over 10 years, or yeah, maybe 9 years. Yeah, because 2016 they wrapped it up,
Yeah.
and so they haven't been playing, and they're gonna go out and do a tour.
And actually,
And
Cheech, I'm sorry. Like, I guess it's funny. We definitely have gone down to continue our rush. We have so much episodes for ideas. It's insane, but
yeah,
definitely want to go after Test for Echo because this is significant because they stopped touring in 2015 and partly due to a certain drummer's death, right? Neil Peart.
well, I think Neil wanted to stop touring in 2016. His daughter was born in 2009 with his new wife and daughter, and he wanted to be a dad again and stay off the road and grow this family. And unfortunately, sometimes the world sucks. The guy had to die and not get to experience that beautiful thing.
I think he
You
had some
know,
sort of brain cancer, right? If I
yeah,
remember.
he had brain cancer, and the ironic thing is he had the same brain cancer Buddy Rich had, which is crazy, crazy to me. I mean, I could be wrong about that, but I thought I read that. So he was going to not play anyway. He was retiring. But I'm sure if Neil was still alive, Neil would have kept. He would have said, "Hey, let's do a residency. Let's do something." That guy cannot play. But God took him way too soon, and it sucks. But
Yeah.
even
And it's crazy because and I saw a YouTube video where I think I sent it to you. It's this interesting documentary on like one of their CDs. You know how CDs used to have like
oh, I used to love
lettering?
that. Yeah,
I used to love that. I remember going to the library and Greenwich Library here, and oh, maybe I should have said where I'm from, but uh, so just in case any serial killers out there. But
yeah, I know.
um,
Ed Geins is looking for you.
well, we have some Ed Geins at the temple, those though. Anyway,
Yeah.
and I remember getting like CDs and like there'll be really cool bonus discs, like
Oh yeah.
you know. Anyways, someone uploaded one on YouTube, and I did see Neil was complaining also about some health issues, not related to his cancer, just he was having a hard time, because I think because of the arthritis or something.
Yeah, yeah, and
But yeah, I definitely would have seen how he would have hung up the towel, and he's the one, the type, because
yeah.
he's he.
But I,
I
I
feel,
think it was more
no,
wanting
and
to
think
be
no, and think
stay
about
home.
no, and think about it, Neil, and I'm not faulting him for this. He stopped Rush when in the '90s when that awful tragedy happened, Getty and
Yeah.
Alexander. can't.
Well, here's the thing too. You got to think about Getty and Alex on this. Like, think about this. Your best friend Neil, your bandmate, his wife and daughter die. They were all family. That had to crush Alex and Getty as
Yeah.
well. Neil. I mean, obviously
Saw
Neil was
that
like,
no, you saw that in the documentary. What's really odd about Neil Peart, is the way I see it, he was always a third wheel. And
yeah.
Getty and Alex, what I noticed in the documentary, they wanted to figure out how to help him. They honestly were kind of like, what do we do?
They didn't hear from him. If you read the book Ghost Rider, they didn't know what, like, could you imagine your best friend is just traveling the world, his wife and daughter just died. You don't hear from the guy for months. And then he would send Getty a birthday card on his birthday and say, "I'm doing good, happy birthday, thinking of you." One time he stopped at Alex's house in New Mexico for a while. But then the greatest part of that book is, well, when he meets, his future wife, but the other part is when he decides to rent a studio and rent drums and start playing.
Hmm.
And he sent a letter to Getty. I started playing my drums today. And could you imagine how Getty must have felt? Oh, I know where this is going. So those
Yeah.
guys were unsure of their careers then. Then in 2019 or no, 20, Neil dies.
Hmm.
Their best friend dies. And the band's over. Alex has really bad arthritis. Alex has in the future he got like stomach really bad weird stomach issues where he had to have surgery. Getty's mom passes away in 2021. So, there were some hard times for those guys. So to hear them reuniting and being happy, that's all that matters to me. Like I definitely have some opinions on this, but like all that matters is Getty Lee and Alex Lifeson are happy and they're gonna play their music. That's all that
And
matters.
no, and you see it from the YouTube video, which I'll probably link when I upload this video. So please
Yeah.
watch, for all fans out there, new viewers, and hopefully subscribe. Yeah, I noticed their joy, and they mentioned or made it a point to share that they love to play
Oh
music.
yeah.
And
Yeah, they love it.
genuine, like Rush, Alex, and rest in peace, Neil and Getty are so genuine rock and rollers. Like
Yeah.
they'll tell you we actually love to play music, and
Oh yeah.
course, yeah, they're gonna make money, but ultimately, like, it's not.
I don't think they were ever in it for money. They were in it for
No,
just to create the art of
yeah,
playing
yeah.
rock music.
Create something special.
Yeah. Hard rock, prog rock, that's what they wanted to do. And then imagine the frustration of Alex and Getty not being able to play because, like, what do you do? We want to play, but do we go on with the new drummer?
Hmm.
This is a decision that took 5 years for them to decide. And I know that frustration and I get it. I was in a band called Deadweight Burden and we were so good. We were so tight. And these guys did not want to play. They wanted to play one or two shows a year. And I remember being like so frustrated, like, come on, guys, we got to get out there. So
Yeah.
as a musician, I get the frustration of it. So, you know, um, so the fact that, the liberation comes back where you can play and go on tour again, I'm so happy. You know, that's one of the things I wanted to bring up. The happy, let's just say I think everyone is happy for Alex and Getty that they're gonna go out and tour. Um, and then what else did I have in my notes that I wanted to talk about? The frustration. So now the other great thing about this is they're gonna be playing for people that never seen Rush, the younger generation. Whether people in your age bracket, my
Yeah.
my daughter's age bracket. So yet they're not gonna see the real Rush, but they're gonna see Alex and Getty perform because without Neil, it's to me, it's not you're not seeing the genuine Rush, but
No.
you're seeing what it is. You're seeing two-thirds of the band
Right.
rocking out and stuff, and that's really important. Um, so I'm so glad about that. And I hope they play more than 12 shows. I hope they do a longer tour and stuff. And
Well,
then
and
I hope they did.
they added dates. I was worried because I only, dude, I'm scared that the tickets are gonna skyrocket, man. Hopefully Rush can, you know,
Yeah.
Ticketmaster
I,
can be a little tricky, and I'm glad they added some, extra shows.
yeah. And I think like I just for me hope they do one tour and then that's it. You know what I mean? I really wouldn't want to see them go in the studio and do an album personally. This is my opinion. You know what I mean? Because
It's funny, and no, it's funny because we kind of talked about this, and I will say, like, from my perspective, I would say, like, I obviously, me being um never seen Rush live, I probably
yeah,
represent like the youth. Like, I'm super excited. Like, it's like when I saw Toto, and when I saw Styx, dude. And mind you, it's not, Dennis DeYoung is not there, right? Of Styx
yeah,
guy, but he did a great job. I'm gonna have that feeling. But then you brought up this interesting perspective. But
yeah,
being said, there is we have to unveil the curtain here a little bit, and we gotta play devil's advocate because
yeah.
they made some interesting changes. Now, I don't know if you want to go there first, but Cheech, but when you heard the news, what was your reaction? Like, your first
Um,
initial reaction?
I was shocked. I got my brother-in-law Rob hit me up.
Actually, but what did Rob think? We should get Rob for this one.
Rob is excited. Rob's all excited, like everybody. And he hit me up, and I'm like, "What?" And then the first reaction was, I looked up the drummer. What's her name? What is her name? I don't know. I have her name written down. I should be shot.
No,
Anika Niles is her name.
no,
Uh,
dude, it's crazy. It's so hard. I'll be honest with you. At first, I didn't believe it, and I know you sent something. I was at work.
yeah,
I hate to admit this, but I actually didn't believe it at first. I was like,
yeah. At first, it maybe AI bullshit and stuff, but then
yeah,
you
yeah,
know,
because there's
Rob,
a lot of AIBS.
Rob sent it to me, and then immediately I looked it up, and it was real. And then I looked up Anika Niles, never heard of her ever. And then I looked at her credentials, and it was like, oh, Jeff Beck. Oh, okay, well, okay, that's cool. And then Rob was like, I think Rob might have heard of her. I don't know.
Yeah,
Then I started getting texts and Facebook messages like crazy, like, oh, Cheech, Rush is getting back together. Who's the drummer? Who is this person? You ever hear of him? So a lot of people I knew never heard of this person. So I researched her, and apparently she's been like a YouTube sensation drummer from Germany. And like for a long time, she's not new. She's known to a lot of
yeah,
drummers and stuff and musicians. Just because I never heard of her, it doesn't mean anything. I never heard of her. Um, I sat down and I watched about maybe 10 of her videos. Very good drummer. Very good prog drummer. I think she sounds more like Bill Bruford, to be honest. Like she does like five over
and it's crazy.
four and
Now,
all this
now
kind of
I
stuff.
need to do some research myself. Like, I
She's
did
she's
see a
like a
video. I did see a video, and once of you sent me too. And I mean, listen, I mean, she's really good. Like,
she's
I'm
amazing, amazing drummer.
a great drummer.
And she's more
Also,
like a
we'll say she may hopefully inspire women too. Like, I think that's amazing.
yeah. Oh, definitely. You need more girl drummers out there, um, and I definitely think she's more of a fusion drummer from what I've seen than like a rock drummer.
Right.
But here's the important thing that Getty said. Now, Getty's bass tech Scully, I think his name is, was working for Jeff Beck, and Jeff Beck turned Getty Lee on her, and apparently they've been jamming for a while, and they've been looking for a drummer.
Okay.
So the important thing is Getty Lee and Alex jammed with her, and
Okay.
they said it felt good, it felt right. So that's all you need to know.
Yeah.
If these guys, like I know when I've played with drummers, and I can only name like two. Robbie Offerman from the People's Drummer. Right from the beginning, we hit it off. it was like automatic. And then this band I was in, Deep River Meltdown, this drummer Fred Gonzalez, we just had this great chemistry right away, first rehearsal. So I know that feeling, and that's everything. Once you have that chemistry with somebody, it's all that matters. So if Rush is feeling that, she's the drummer. Now me, I always thought it was going to be Mike Portnoy from Dream Theater because he reminded me so much of Neil Peart. Like when I got images and words, I was like, oh my God, you're hearing where his influence is. It's Neil. It's Bruford. It's Neil. I definitely heard a lot of Neil.
No, and Dream Theater is the because Rush had an influence on progressive metal. So like Dream
Yeah,
Theater is like one of the premier
yeah.
bands, you know?
So I would have thought right away they would have chose him. Maybe they jammed with him. Like there's a lot of mystery to this. There's a lot of mystery. We don't know who they jammed with before this girl. There might have
No.
been other
Yeah, I don't think they shared anything as far as I know.
no, it's very, kind of behind the scenes. What I always thought they would do is like a Buddy Rich tribute. Go out, do a couple shows, get like this girl. I don't want to say this girl. I keep saying this girl, Anika Niles. Portnoy, the drummer from Tool. And do like 5 songs each, maybe another drummer, and just do a tribute to Neil. And no, but apparently it's gonna be like she's the new touring member of Rush. I don't think they officially came out and said we're she is the new drummer and we're gonna be Rush again. I don't think, right? Did you get that vibe you know from the sources?
I dude, I feel like there's a lot of mystery.
Yeah,
And it's crazy because this news is still pretty hot.
yeah,
A couple of days old, and
yeah.
Getty they just alluded that they had drummers try out, and this woman Anita, right? Anita or Nika?
Anika, she's from Germany. Anika Miles,
Right. She
Niles.
she was the one that, was it, and they felt that energizing that they used to feel.
Yeah, and that's great. I'm just so happy for them. I in my mind, I thought Rush would be never playing again as Rush.
Hmm.
I thought Getty would have done like some solo albums. I know he's done a lot of cool stuff. They put a beer out there, and then they put out like Getty did I thought Getty would have done a solo album like right away. You
Hmm.
know, he did a great bass book, which I own, of all his basses. He's got like a million basses. Alex did a couple projects, but I would have thought maybe Alex and Getty would have got together and formed a whole new project with a
Hmm.
bunch of other musicians and just had like a new band that would sound like Rush, but it wouldn't be Rush. I always thought that in my head, and kind of leave Rush at its legacy and just and they still get to play. But this is great though. This is I did not expect this. I thought Rush was over.
Yeah. No, it's shocking, and it's exciting for your average Rush fan and avid Rush fan and most Rush of Rush fans.
Yeah, yeah.
And I think they call what did they call the tour? I'm trying to remember what it was. Like the
50 something.
50, yeah, and it's kind of interesting that
Yeah.
I don't know if like Hugh Simon designed the poster. It's like did you see it?
Yeah, that's a
And
good question. Yeah.
they're always interesting like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I said, I'm really excited, and I'm kind of curious of where they're gonna um like also another thing was, are they gonna record a new album? You know,
Honestly,
I don't know if they have enough material.
I'm gonna be honest. I hope they don't. I hope they don't record any new music because for me, Neil is the lyricist, and he's such a great part of. He's the man for in Rush. The drummer, the
Mhm.
lyricist. So if they write a new album, I don't think it's going to be the Rush that we know and love. It's going to
Right.
be a brand new thing. Is this girl going to read a bunch of Ayn Rand books and then be the lyricist? I don't, I don't
I know,
know. You know what I
I know,
mean? Like,
I know. Well, Neil was such a genius. I mean,
yeah,
would be so it's not difficult, but, obviously it takes he was the lyricist. Like, Getty and
yeah,
Alex didn't write songs anymore like they used to.
yeah,
It's funny, like, their style of song is more, like Working Man, like
yeah, yeah. Getty wrote the
kind
lyrics
of
on the
funny, it's
first.
like very Led Zeppelin-y.
Getty wrote the lyrics on the first album, and then when Neil joined, he's like, "You seem like a smart guy. Can you join? Can you write the lyrics?" Or he was, "You read a lot. Can you write the lyrics?" You know, like that kind of thing.
And straight off the bat, I mean, but to be fair, Neil is also a very underrated pop songwriter.
Oh
Because
yeah.
Fly By Night is phenomenal.
Oh, genius, genius,
Limelight, dude, Limelight,
genius,
these are
genius.
dude, Spirit of the Radio, like, that song is so poppy.
The
Um,
lyrics, all the things he put in there, poetry, philosophy, history, the Stoics, everything, Ayn Rand, everything is in there. So if you're gonna write a Rush lyric, Neil has to write it. I'm saying that. So I hope
I
there's.
feel like maybe like one of the worst nightmares for you is that if like one of the new musicians co-write.
I, I would not want a new Rush
What
album.
would that sound like? Like, what would that, you
I,
know?
I hate to say it, let AI write it.
Yeah, this point, at this point.
But like, nah, go on tour, celebrate Neil's life. And this is very important to say too. Neil's widow and
Approved.
daughter, they're supporting this 100%, which is, amazing. She's 16 now, the daughter. I forgot. I wish I had their names down. I forgot their names. But she's supporting it, and that's all that matters. You got his wife and daughter supporting it,
Yeah.
and the new fans get to see it. And if they want to continue to tour, that's fine. Say like, and this goes successful, then next summer and the next summer they tour. I'm all for that. I just would not want to see any new music written by Rush without Neil. I would not be interested in it.
Well, it just wouldn't be Rush at that point because Neil is
No.
responsible for almost every.
Yeah.
And obviously, I'm not saying that, Oh, and by the way, another pop legendary song, "Time Stands Still." I
Oh,
mean,
of course, of
oh,
course.
it's insane. And then he's able to write philosophical treatises, especially like on
Uh,
stoicism, on
Oh yeah.
existentialism, on
Carl Jung. I mean,
John.
I mean, the man was a genius and a Renaissance man in every aspect, every aspect. So if she was gonna come in and fill, she's not gonna come in and fill Neil Peart shoes. Nobody could. She's just gonna play drums on Mr. Black. Are you interested in Neil Peart? Wow, he's really opening the door. We're not doing any scary stuff tonight.
He's like watching.
Yeah.
But yeah, so okay, Cheech, what else on the notes? I know we had like a little
Yeah. So let me see. What did I have here? Oh, the daughter's name is the Neil's ex. I mean, the widow is Carrie Nuttall and Olivia. That's his daughter, and they support it, and that means everything. So what else did I have on my notes about it? Um, you know, the drum choice, they made a good choice. I would be really curious to see Dave Portnoy with that. Mike Portnoy with that band. That's just my take, my hot take. I would have loved to see a jam with that. Why not pick him? I don't know.
yeah.
Maybe they jammed, it didn't gel. You know that kind of thing, or
Well,
even someone like Carl Palmer. Carl Palmer's still alive.
yeah.
Like why not have him join the band?
I mean, they obviously wanted someone. I'm not young, but
I
definitely
mean,
not.
I'm playing devil's advocate. I
Yeah, yeah,
support
yeah.
I
There's an
support
audience out
the
there.
unique
We're
the
like
unique
breaking this
girl.
news apart. Like,
Yeah.
what's crazy, Cheese? Like, I'm surprised. Like, and we talked about this already, but dude, I saw Getty play for Yes. It was the most
Oh yeah.
insane.
Now,
What, dude? What a bloody missed opportunity.
how cool would that have been if he joined Yes?
No, and it's funny. It's crazy because I was hearing him play, and
Yeah.
I'm thinking, what a missed opportunity. Or at least Getty could have toured with John Anderson or something. Oh, not John Anderson.
Yeah.
The singer John Anderson, right?
Yeah, John Anderson, yeah.
Yeah, because I
Yeah,
know
that
he
that would have been cool. Like, because
be
I saw
powerful.
that at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. I was like, maybe Getty's gonna join. Yes, I would be all about that. But some people might be like, well, that's weird. Chris Squire being replaced. Not Getty Lee's
Oh,
the
yeah.
best choice for that.
Silly because if you know anything, we and watch our Rush episodes and you'll learn all about that.
Please, yeah.
We talked about that Yes in Genesis. Rush wanted to be Yes in Genesis.
Oh yeah, yeah, definitely.
You see these influences, especially Yes. Like I feel like that's the major influence.
And get one of Getty's main influences, Chris Squire.
Yeah.
The Rickenbacker bass.
Recommend.
And John Entwistle. Um. So before I get into my personal feelings on this, I just want to see we covered everything. Um. Oh, this is one thing I'm gonna say I'm against. I hate to say I'm against Rush, but I'm against them bringing in a keyboard player.
Yeah, that was the most
Sorry.
interesting choice. And I guess and I'm gonna post a video link down in the comment section.
Yeah.
The viewers can watch it if they haven't seen it yet. But yeah, they said, like I'm gonna free my like their rationale was and they were kind of joking about it, but I'm not gonna be hiding behind a keyboard set or pedals, and Alex and I can work our dance moves on stage. He's kind of like more freed up than he was before.
Yeah.
It's
I
interesting, but
I enjoy Getty's keyboard parts. I enjoy Getty as a keyboard player. I consider Getty a great keyboard player. A great keyboard player. I'm not going to put him up there with Keith Emerson or Wakeman, but Getty's Getty on the keyboards. There's nobody who plays keyboards like Getty Lee. You know, so not to see Getty behind the keys with the Moog and the bass. They actually Rush thought about bringing in a keyboard player in their career at some point, and thank God they never did because they always did it as a trio. So now bringing in extra musicians, new drummer, it's like, okay, this is weird when you're a Rush, when you're a diehard Rush fan to see that, but it's what they want, and as
right.
a fan, I support what they want.
No, and mentioned, I know I didn't see this. You mentioned it in our, pre-planning and
Yeah,
oh, the girl, and I don't mean to call the girl, Anika,
Anika.
she
Yeah,
mentioned like
the new girl instead of the new
the
guy.
new girl,
Yeah,
not the new guy, but the new girl.
yeah.
She said, I know Rush fans are pissed off, like,
I felt bad when she said that. Yeah,
yeah, because it's, but honestly, it's like we talked about this. It's hard when Die Hard. Even like I'll be honest with you, if I grew up with it's like let's say the Beatles were still alive, all members.
yeah,
And Paul decides to just tour with him and leave John and George and Ringo behind and get like like some random people. I'll be like, oh man, that's not the Beatles. Like,
yeah. And it's funny you said Paul. I think this is
oh,
true.
this is funny. It is true. Go ahead, share it. Paul McCartney, and I love him for this. And by the way, another Rickenbacker legend.
Oh yeah, and I think Alex said this, so it is true. McCartney said something to them like, "Oh, you guys are good. I don't know any of your music, but I know you're really good. Why don't you continue to tour? Why don't you continue to play?" So Paul McCartney was the push to do this.
I find that, dude.
How amazing is that?
That's such, and you know how much of a McCartney fan I am, and like
Oh my God, yeah.
and Beatles. I love how McCartney's always on like the background on things, and
Yeah.
just the fact that I don't think he knows that Getty's a Rick player too, because
I don't think he knows much about Rush, which is
oh, but the
sad.
fact that he said that is
Yeah.
is amazing. Like
Yeah.
McCartney, like he's like one of those. I'll be honest with you, even his new albums are better than what most stuff today.
Oh yeah.
His old albums, oh, forget about it. And his Beatles stuff, oh, okay.
Oh, I'm
When he
amazing. You know.
said you guys are good,
Yeah.
you guys are good. Like
Oh yeah, yeah. They heard that from Paul McCartney, and Rush didn't even like. They didn't even need to hear that from anybody because they're
uh,
gods. But
yeah,
when the greatest of the greats is not really you're in his radar. Let's
yeah.
say, you know. Um, so he was kind of the premise for that kind of thing. So there's so many great things. McCartney set this in motion. Neil's widow is all for it. Alex and Getty are happy. This new girl must be extremely happy and nervous at the same time. Like I said, I gotta watch more of her playing. Um, but it is gonna be strange for me. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. This is like a very strange thing to see Alex and Getty up there without Neil. I mean, I'm sure every Rush fan feels that
So,
way
and I guess from your perspective, like, why is that?
because my whole musical life is based around three people: Alex, Getty, and Neil. From when I was 6 years old, when I got Fly By Night, and I was staring at the friggin' owl for
Right.
hours in the
No.
snow.
Oh
And
wow.
so like I don't know Alex, I don't know Getty, but I feel like I know them, and I felt like I knew Neil. They're a part of my life, a huge part of my life. And to have a new person in the shoes of, I think, one of the greatest musicians, period. And I'm saying this like I'm putting him up there with Charlie Parker and Bach. That's what Neil Peart means to me.
Mm.
He's up there with Bach, Charlie Parker, Jocko. And here comes somebody who's going to play his parts and she's going to do a great job. I know she is. But it's just difficult for me to be like, oof, I don't know. I'm still torn about, like, oh my God. But I'm very happy that Rush is playing.
Yeah.
I'm so happy Rush is gonna play, and I'll probably go and see it just to see Getty play. To see Getty Lee perform and Alex. Yeah, but it's gonna be odd, you know, without him playing keyboards and Anika playing drums, and she's gonna kill it, and she's gonna do an amazing job.
Yeah.
And they all the things are perfect. Neil's widow supports it. Alex and Getty are happy. Paul McCartney supports it and influenced them. What more could you ask for?
Mhm.
You know. Um. So I'm trying to think of anything else to bring up on. What I would love to see. Oh, this is important too. This is important.
Mhm.
What I would love to see is a promo of them jamming.
Yeah, we talked about that. Maybe it's gonna come out soon. Like, I would love to see them a reel or a promo
Yeah.
of a song, maybe with their new keyboard players, so we can kind of see, you know.
What it's going to look like. I'm sure they're going to over the next 8 to 10 months. They
I,
have to
I would
because
love, I would love them to do "Working Man." Let's see if they can do like
yeah.
that song or something.
I mean, I don't think they're gonna like leave us hanging and wait and go with these expectations. You know how much pressure that's gonna put on this poor woman.
I
You
mean,
know, like
um,
like no one's seen her play with Rush yet, and you're
yeah.
gonna go and see her.
That's why I hope, like, I hope it's not too negative because that sometimes that can be a little tricky. And with the internet, like, if it's I- if it's something like if the fans don't like it or something, or
Yeah.
it doesn't sound right, I mean, the internet will, let you know.
Well, Getty said he liked the way she felt playing with, the vibe, the groove. He
Mhm.
locked in with her. And I'm a purist. I mean, she should do her own thing and interpret the song in her own way because she can't play like Neil. Nobody could, but I hope she's like really close. I hope she's like so close because you can't fake Neil. I've seen tons of Rush tribute bands. So I really hope she studies all the parts and does and gets his parts perfect, which she will because she's an amazing talent. She'll get it, you know, and I don't think she's gonna let anybody down, you know. So I'm excited for the whole thing, you know. The one thing, you know, now they're put in a different category. They're put in the Pantera category. They're put in the Linkin Park category, the Alice in
Yeah,
Chains category.
yeah,
Um, which I guess is the way bands are going because it's all about the younger fans wanting to see that. And that's a
yeah.
good thing. You know, Pantera's going strong.
Well,
Linkin Park's a little weird because the singer, I, you know what I mean? Like that dude he was the sound. Like, you know, it's like a Sabbath went out and got a new singer.
mhm.
You know what I mean? Like, you know, so Linkin Park, you know, Alice in Chains too. I'm not big on them without Lane Staley. I don't know the guy's name in Linkin Park. I
I
forget it.
remember when I saw that, like a while back ago, and I'll be honest with you, and again, I'm not. I love Alice in Chains. I'm not a fan. You know, I do love.
Yeah, yeah,
I definitely think for our viewers out there, dirt is essential. But I saw that reunion, dude. I was like, I didn't like it, and I was
yeah,
young back then. I mean, I can only imagine what you're feeling, right? Like
yeah.
Linkin Park
Ah,
too. Like, I'm not saying, and I'll be honest with you. To be fair, I haven't listened to I don't know if they've released any new stuff or if they. I haven't seen them live. But for me, and I guess it's very similar to what you're saying, dude. Chester Bennington is Linkin Park.
He is.
Like
He is.
I
I
can't.
love Linkin Park, you know?
It's so hard, and to see somebody, um, fill those shoes, and I think they recorded new music. I could be wrong, and I'm like, okay, I respect them. Like I love what they're
Yeah.
doing. Right, great, but definitely like there was something like, oh man, I'm not gonna see them because it's
Yeah.
not Chester Bennington,
No, no. And I think now Rush is now in that gonna be a part of that group. You know, they didn't they're not the legacy's been touched, you know. If it's Led Zeppelin did not they left the legacy. They let John Bonham be John Bonham.
Yeah.
They could have got a new drummer and they could have went on. They did a couple of one-offs. We know how bad it went in Live Aid, you know what I mean? But with Phil Collins and Tony Thompson,
Yeah.
and then they did that great reunion with Jason, and that they could have done a tour of that. I would have saw that. I would have paid to see that,
Mhm.
you know. But they kind of let the legacy go. But Rush, you know, chooses not to, and I respect that, and that's cool, you know. But they're going to be put in that category now, you know, and I hope that doesn't taint the legacy of Rush.
No, no, and
You know, of
now I'm sure like you agree with this. Like I want them to succeed. I want them.
course, of course.
I'm definitely gonna buy tickets. I'll be honest with you, like for sure.
Yeah, yeah,
Hopefully, I can buy two. I'm sure maybe we could coordinate, go together or something. But
yeah, yeah,
obviously, but if they go too expensive, which is my fear, I could probably only buy one. But I'm definitely gonna see them because there is that excitement and the fact that
yeah,
I'm happy that it's interesting because and maybe why it's so devastating for you is that it's a trio family. It's a trio.
yeah,
Having
yeah,
one loss is devastating. Like
yeah,
and I could be and so it's only Getty and Alex.
yeah.
It's some adopted family members. I mean,
But you know, the let's look at the positives of it. Okay, the positives, it gets out to the young kids. Like, let's just say my daughter's age and younger. Um, they get to see Rush play. Um, Rush and Alex and Getty are happy. You know, they get to perform again. They're at that age where they're 73, so they don't have that much time
yeah,
left. You
yeah.
know, what do they got? 5 years? I mean, to really, you know, so they could do this for another 5 years, and they get to play, and then you know, it just glad that they're making music again. You know, the negatives. I don't. I'm gonna be honest. I hate the idea of a keyboard player. I despise it. because Geddy Lee is, oh, you could see him play more bass. Yeah, great, wonderful, but I want to see him play keyboards. It's gonna look weird. Having a new drummer, that's gonna be a little weird for me to see and not see the professor back there.
Mm,
You know, and then the the idea of going to record an album without Neil, I do not want to see that. I
mm,
think that would put a weird legacy on Rush, in my opinion. Yeah, you could say they had John Rutsey before that, Neil, and then now the new drummer. No,
mm.
no, I think Neil is the one, the only drummer that Rush, because he brought so much to the table.
And
So
and I'm not saying that Getty or Alex, aren't Rush, but Neil, I had to say it is Rush.
yeah, yeah,
Just from Fly By Night, you know,
yeah,
it's he's like they said in the video, he's irreplaceable. So
yeah, he is.
a hard.
But I mean, good luck to to keep calling her the girl, the new girl. What's her name? Anika. Good
I'm
luck.
definitely gonna be watching more videos of her. It's
Yeah,
funny, the news came so fast, and I was watching some videos, so I was like, wow, that's really cool. I wonder
yeah.
how they're gonna do this, you know?
Good luck to her. I think she's going to do a great job.
Yeah.
Good luck to Getty and Alex. And I'm so happy as a Rush fan that they're going to be playing. You know, and just lose a keyboard player. Let the keep come
Getty,
on.
Getty, get behind the keys, right?
Get
Cheech
behind
wants
the
to get behind the
keys, man.
and the pedals. What are those pedals called?
The Moog pedals. Oh man, not seeing Getty play Moog pedals is like that's like soul crushing for me. If I'm sure he's gonna play Moog pedals, but you know. So yeah, overall, I think it's a positive thing. I support Rush 100 million percentage on this. It's going to be a great tour, and they're going to do a great job, and she's going to do a great job, and she's probably the happiest musician in the world right
Mm,
now. Um, and then the curiosity of why not Dave Grohl? Why not Mike Portnoy? Why not the drummer from Primus? Why not the drummer from Tool? There has to be a reason.
mm.
Maybe they wanted somebody who's not as popular as those guys, although she is popular. I could see some, comment. She's popular. Don't you watch YouTube? Coming in there. But I know she's popular. But I wish her the best of luck, and I'm gonna study her more, and she's probably gonna kill it. So all in all, it's a great thing for Rush and a great thing for music. So I don't know any other comments on there. I'm trying to see if I have
I,
any other.
I will say, like, while you're looking, like, I'm super excited. I am definitely gonna be buying tickets, and I hope they're not expensive. I'm gonna document the film and film the concert experience.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know if one of us are gonna go, or just me, or just you, and we'll probably have like our own podcast, maybe like a breakdown, and like or maybe I'll give my 2 cents and see what you
Yeah,
think, and bounce back. But because I think
yeah,
the show is next year, I believe.
yeah. It starts in June, I believe.
June. And
It's in
I'm really
June.
excited. Like I'm can't wait to see them live because
Yeah, yeah. I'm happy. I'm happy for them, and it's. What could you say? I'm shocked. I'm shocked. It's like they didn't prepare. They didn't prepare us. They pulled like
hey,
a Kendrick. They pulled the Kendrick Lamar. Did like a diss track.
yeah.
you know they kind of just came out, and you're like, what, a reunion, what, a new drummer? I don't know how to take this, but hey, it's all good in the Rush universe. And yeah, I'll probably get tickets to see it. Will be a little painful not seeing Neil. I'm not gonna lie, I'm definitely not gonna lie, not seeing Neil behind there. But Neil's gone, he's not here.
No, and it's
So
crazy because I don't know about our drum set, and I know Neil hid behind the drum set. That's what he had,
yeah,
like, um, but it'd be interesting to see her play some of those iconic drums, like the Tom Sawyer, like like just like I'm kind of like curious what's
yeah.
her style, or even like 2112 dead end.
Yeah.
Like just watching her like see what she's capable of, or like those really hard drum fills.
Well, I think they have to put out a promo. They got it. They got
I
to.
think it's coming. I think it's coming.
Yeah.
He
You
wanted
know.
to drop this news because they were excited.
Yeah.
It's good. It's all positive. Like
It's all positive.
I,
Yeah.
I can't wait to see what else they're gonna release, and hopefully, I mean, even I hope they release a some kind of like concert video. Like hopefully
Yeah.
you can watch it.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah. They'll definitely put out. You know, Rush is notorious for filming the live shows. They'll probably do a documentary, and they'll probably do the whole story how they met her. Um, I just am not for a new Rush album.
mm,
I hate to say, you know, I might get flack for saying that, but uh, you can't make new music without Neil Peart. Sorry, it's my opinion. You know,
and that can,
you could try.
yeah,
Even Getty's solo album, I love it. But I was thinking when I was listening to it, it would be so much better if I heard Neil Peart on it. You know what I mean?
I know and
And
that's
it
like
was a great drummer. I think it was the drummer from Soundgarden played on it, and he did a great job. But you're expecting, you know, so if they did a new album, you would expect these lyrics of meaning, and I don't know who would write them. Maybe they'll bring in the guy who wrote Tom Sawyer, that guy with the funny name
he's still alive.
who co-wrote it, you know. But if they do a new album, I'll be happy for them that they're creating, but it'll be a little hurtful for me because Neil, you know. But the tours are good. They're doing it. The tour is good, but now they just put themselves in that category, like I said, of Pantera, Alice in Chains, and Linkin Park. The legacy, you know, I don't know if it's gonna mess with the legacy, like, but like Zeppelin left it alone.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes things are good to be left alone. Um, but I can't think of another band that went on with another. Well, AC/DC did it, but you can't even compare because Neil did so many things like for Rush. So it's like it's not like oh, you know. And what if Neil never joined Rush? We talked about that. You know, if John Rutsey continued with Rush and they did like 4 or 5 albums, Rush would not be Rush. They'd
No,
be
no. It would have
it'd
been like
be
it would have been like a Led Zeppelin imitation or Bad
Yeah,
Company.
they would
Like,
have been a great band,
yeah.
amazing band. If they did 5 more albums like the first album, I would have loved it. But they
I
would
feel like they
just
would have been like a band like Humble Pie or you know,
exactly. They
it'd
would they
be
would be
great underrated.
yeah
Like if they continued that sound on their debut, which is different from what you heard.
yeah. It would they would have not been playing the Garden 55 years later or whatever it is, you know.
No, and the
So
problem is they had Led Zeppelin. I mean, and if you compare frontman Getty versus Plant, I mean,
yeah,
he ain't no looker, you know.
yeah. No, but Getty, you
No,
know, I
we love
mean,
you. I didn't Getty like will acknowledge it. Like we love you, Getty. Like
yeah. But I definitely think this is the time because they're
I
73
agree with that.
and
And imagine what's really beautiful and like parents are gonna bring their kids. They're
yeah.
gonna experience Rush.
Yeah.
I think it's wonderful, and I agree. They have joined the club, right? Like the where bands decide to tour again without important, prominent band members.
And there's debate about that from people. People are going to debate that, you know, like we just
Talked about it
debated.
with Silky Joe. Silky Joe is saying he's all go, he's up for it.
I'm pretty sure Joe's for it. Yeah, I
Yeah,
think he is, you
and
know.
not to put words in Joe's mouth, but I figured that's what we kind of
Yeah.
crossed.
My
Uh,
brother-in-law is all for it and I'm all for it. You're all for it, but I have a little bit of like
me too. I have like a middle, like
I'm kind of torn because I love Neil so much. But then, you know, what do you do? Do you don't Rush doesn't play anymore when Getty has and Alex got at least I don't want to put a number on it because I want those guys to live forever. You know what I mean?
yeah,
So,
yeah.
you know, but whatever. There is a timeline on it, you know. I
Mhm.
mean, Maiden's doing it. Maiden has a new drummer. and that's hard too without Nico. Looking at Maiden without Nico McBain, it's like, whoa, this might be a tough one. And Maiden had a drummer before Nico McBain, Clive Burr. You know, he played on Run to the Hills. You know, one of the greatest drum intros ever. You know, so but drummer, bands are doing it just to continue. And you know, was surprised that Rush did it. You know, I'm not gonna lie. I thought they were gonna let it rest like Zeppelin, but I'm proud of Rush and I'm proud that they're doing it and I support it. But they're in that category now. They're in a different category than Led Zeppelin, letting it lie. You
Mm.
know, let the legacy lie. But you can debate it. You can go back and forth. Well, you know, but it's good for, you know, the number one, it's good for the fans. And this is just devil's advocate. I'm not stating my own personal opinion here. This is that you know, I am stating my personal opinion. I don't want a new Rush album. I
Mm.
don't want that. You know, you can't do a new Rush album without Neil Peart. You can't. And if somebody says you could, I'll debate I will debate you on that lyrically. Lyrically, you know. It's my opinion and how much I love Neil Peart, love the man, you know. Do the tours, get the music out there for the people. That's everything that's important, you know. And hey, in the comments, I would love to hear if you want a new Rush album, put it in. Do you think they should do an album? You know, I'm not a fan of that idea. I'm a fan of the tour though. I think it's great. I'm a fan of the new drummer. And then just let that lie after 12 shows, maybe let it lie. You guys did it. And I think that's what's going to happen. I don't think this is going to be every year kind of thing. I think it's going to be like, oh, we did the shows, we got the play, but who knows with those guys? You know, who knows? It might continue and continue, and that's a good thing. That's a great thing. You know, so any last words on this? Any comments? I mean, how do you feel about a new album?
Definitely, no, because and even like artists that I love that release new stuff, I even like Springsteen's new albums, I don't go for them. If I'm a
Yeah.
and Rush, it would probably be more devastating because,
Well, if Neil was in the band and they put out a new album,
well, yeah, because
yeah,
Neil is, and I know, we're gonna do a review in the future of Clockwork Angels.
yeah,
The way was a return to form, but I I don't know. I don't just predicting, I don't think there's a new album. Maybe there is, maybe, which would be interesting, right? But I agree with you. I think they're gonna do this tour, and obviously not a lot of dates as far as I'm seeing.
yeah.
And if it goes well, which it will, maybe in the future, a few more dates, here and there. Um, but yeah, new album. I'm not really for that. And
No,
I'm just super excited that Rush is touring. I think that's insane, and it's it's gonna. I think for Rush fans, they're excited.
I'm happy. They're happy, and that's all that matters. My favorite band in the world is happy. I was watching the somebody had a reel of I guess the Yankees were playing Toronto and Getty was at the game
Hmm.
and they filmed him texting. I guess he was with his grandkids and he was like just looking down. He had his hat on and he was texting and like, oh, he's texting Alex about the new drummer, probably. You know, it was like a joke, you know. So but yeah, man. So good luck to Rush.
Yeah. Yeah, Rush, if
Um,
you're watching this, we love you guys. We support it. Um, Cheech is a diehard fan.
yeah.
And for our viewers out there, yeah, comment below. Do you think they should make a new album? And what do you think about this breaking developing news? Are you up for it? Are you
And
for it?
and and what do you think about a keyboard player? That I'm against.
That's pretty interesting. I'm not gonna lie. Because yeah, do you think Getty should stay behind the keys and bass?
I mean, the only way I'm for that is if Getty is having some kind of issues where he can't,
Would she? I mean, as far as
I
I
mean,
know,
play keyboards and sing and move. I mean, the guy's young. He could still, he's not 90 years old. Like, oh, I gotta hit the move pedal. You know, he
and as
could
far as
still
I
do
know,
it.
I don't think he's suffering any. I know Alex. in his fingers. I heard something.
Yeah, he's got arthritis, but Getty could still play keyboards. What like why that really bothered me, you know.
Yeah, but
But
I
hey,
agree. Comment below. Do you think like what do you think of the keyboard player? Do you think that's a good idea, a bad idea?
yeah,
Should he have
I
to?
think it's a bad idea. I think
Um,
a new album is a bad idea, and the keyboard player is a bad idea. I think Rush going on tour. I sound like Marcel. On my left hand, I have this one. On my right, on,
you better hope he's not watching this.
on my left hand, Geddy Lee should play keyboards. On my
He's
right hand, they should
gonna
not
be,
do an
yo,
album.
he's gonna say, "Yo, they're talking about me."
What did Glenn say to me? You better not wind up on Marcel's arm or leg, man. You're gonna be in trouble. But anyway, just a temple joke there. Uh, no new album. Not interested in it. And not interested in a keyboard player. Only Geddy Lee. You know, keep it pure, guys, please. But I'm happy for you anyway. So on that note, please leave in the comments, like and subscribe. Leave comments about how you feel about the tour. I've not heard anyone say any negative things about it. Like, oh man, you know, I'm not gonna go see. It's all been positive, thank God, you know, which is good. And I hope a promo comes out so we could really see
I'm excited.
how it's gonna sound, you know. So definitely good show, Manny. Any last words, any last comments on
Yeah, no, just gonna say, yeah, subscribe to our channel for more Rush news because I feel like that's insane.
yeah,
And I feel like hopefully not underselling how excited we are. This news is insane because this
it
channel
is.
is because of Rush. So
Our yeah, we started this channel because of Rush. We did every album
you know, it's
from
funny. Our first, we started a Rush and new wave of British heavy metal. I feel
yeah,
like
yeah.
those two, and which are kind of closely tied in a way,
Oh yeah,
but as soon as we did the new wave of British heavy metal history, we jumped into Rush, which
yeah. And we've broken down every song from the first album to Test for Echo.
crazy.
Every song we analyzed Neil's lyrics, Getty and Alex's music, Neil's drum parts. So we really know a lot about Rush. We studied Rush. So you know we know what we're talking about, people, when it comes to Rush, you know.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And this is all a matter of opinion, how you feel about the new um, touring lineup.
You
I'm
know, it's funny.
psyched for it.
I do wonder if the equivalent would be when Rush went totally 80s in keyboards. Imagine the fans that got pissed off, you know. Like I wonder if this would be kind of an equivalent, like looking back on it. But
Well, I was never anti-Rush ever. Like I loved everything they ever did in the 80s,
in
the
the
90s.
keyboards, but I did read, and obviously the documentary makes a point of this, where kind of similar to your opinion right now, like when the keyboards happen, they're like, yeah, this kind of sucks. Like this is not
I
the
mean,
Rush that, you know. It was kind of interesting, but Rush to actually it's close to Rush's nature. They are like, you know what, we're gonna do this because this is what we want. So
this is 2112 all over again.
yeah, I mean it's Rush,
It's
greatest
Rush.
band in the galaxy, kids. You know,
Yeah, and you got to respect them for doing that. And that's what they're doing. They're doing what they want to do.
yeah.
And they got the okay from Neil's, you know, family and stuff. So that's all that matters. You know, that's all that matters. So, um, what else was I gonna say? So what's coming up for the Cheech and Manny show as far as new stuff? I know it's Halloween season, so we did a couple.
Yeah, so we got some spooky episodes coming out now. I don't remember, they're in the back burner, but unless Exorcist coming out.
Okay.
The
The
those are
the
gonna come out pretty fast too because I feel like it's pretty relevant. The Exorcist, and I'm not sure we have one more.
well the Roland Doe. We did Roland Doe, the true Exorcist story.
Oh
And
yeah, so those are gonna be two separate things. Yeah,
yeah.
background and then the actual movie.
Yeah. And then I started on. I've been watching the Ed Gein. I've been writing a little bit about him. We've been talking about Psycho for a long time, comparing the movie to the actual story. I've been watching that on Netflix. pretty interesting. Pretty good series. I recommend it. Jumps around a little too much for me, but I know you'll like it because you like that kind of thing. You know, when they jump, I get confused, and then
Yeah.
I'm just like, oh, but they're doing it in such a genius way. I didn't realize it was a series called Monster. It's like Dahmer, and then they did the Menendez brothers, and then
Mm.
and this is the new
Oh,
one.
that series. Okay, okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
no, that's exciting. So, so yeah, we got the Exorcist episodes coming out for Halloween, which is perfect.
Yeah.
And we got so much, Ed,
Oh, we put out The Conjuring.
that's out. Yeah, that's been
That's
out.
out now. And then we're gonna be doing a lot of you're gonna see a lot of Bruce Springsteen because the movie's coming out the
Spring.
next week.
Yeah.
So that'll be all over the internet soon. You're gonna see that.
Watch our
Um,
Springsteen episodes, which we
yeah.
have.
And then we're gonna do Darkness on the Edge of Town and The River. Those are all written. We're gonna get ready for that.
Yep, yep. So it should be good.
So
Should be exciting.
yeah,
Exciting times. Subscribe so you can be a part of the community. And
definitely.
definitely give this video a thumbs up if you like it. Comment below where we said our questions for you, and we would love to see what you think.
And
And
and I always gotta give a shout out. Forgot to give shout outs in the beginning to our special young viewers in Potter's Field. Thank you guys for supporting this channel. And this was a great episode. And Rush, the greatest band in the galaxy. No matter what you do,
yeah,
it's gonna be amazing. No matter what.
yeah.
Just lose the keyboard player.
He wants you to lose the keyboard player. We're cool with the drummer, but
Yeah.
I don't know how I feel about it. But definitely strange. That'll definitely be strange.
It's odd. It's odd. I don't know. That's my only problem with this reunion. I love the fact that they got Anika, great drummer. It's a tribute to Neil, and it's going to be a tribute to Neil. That's what Getty said too. That was important. This is a tribute to Neil's life and legacy, and they'll probably be doing all the pictures and stuff. But I just have the keyboard player is irking me. I don't know why.
Mm,
I don't know. But anyway. Great show, Manny. Great to see you.
likewise.
Hopefully I'll see you at the temple this week sometime.
Yeah, we're gonna be. Yeah, definitely gonna be at that temple.
Yeah,
Putting on my chains. You know.
yeah, shackles and do our 7.5 hours.
We'll
Anyway,
plan and write some episodes while we're
oh
dog.
yeah, definitely. Get some more ideas.
All right,
All right,
Chief,
man.
brother.
You
Amazing,
have a
man.
great night and Rush, keep on rocking.
Rush, you are the greatest band in the galaxy. And Chief,
Exactly.
right now, brother. This
All right.
is
Fantastic. Have a great night.
you too.